Proper care and maintenance of the FN Model 49 rifle requires some general disassembly referred to as a field strip. This includes stripping the mechanism, stripping the bolt, removing the piston, and stripping the magazine. This can be accomplished by using only a rifle cartridge. Ensuring the rifle is unloaded and safe is the first step to any disassembly or maintenance. To strip the mechanism, turn the receiver cover locking key 180 degrees upwards. Then grasp the receiver cover and slide it forward against the action of the recoil springs. Slightly raise the receiver cover rear end in order to disengage the cover from the guides in the receiver. Release the cover rearward and remove the cover and recoil springs from the receiver. Grasp the operating handle and pull back the bolt carrier and bolt assembly until the guides of the bolt carrier are in line with the clearance cut in the guides of the receiver. Lift the front end of the bolt carrier and bolt assembly and remove them from the receiver. The bolt can then be removed from the carrier by moving the bolt rearward and down. To strip the bolt, first remove the firing pin stop, if equipped, by lifting it out of the bolt. Then, using the nose of a cartridge, lift the extractor spring out of the spring recess cut in the extractor and rotate the extractor spring 90 degrees. The extractor can then be removed. Grasp the bolt at both ends between the thumb and index finger. Push the rear of the firing pin in the bolt. The extractor spring can then be removed. Release the pressure on the firing pin and then remove the firing pin from the rear of the bolt. The firing pin is typically a two-piece design. The firing pin spring can then be removed. The rear of the bolt may need to be tapped on a surface to do so. To remove the piston, using the nose of a cartridge, depress the gas cylinder plug catch and rotate the plug 90 degrees. The gas cylinder plug can then be removed. Then, tilting the rifle forward will cause the piston and piston spring to slide out of the gas cylinder. Remove the piston spring from the piston. To strip the magazine, using the nose of a cartridge, lift the magazine catch and remove the magazine from the trigger guard. Remove the magazine platform and platform spring. Disengage the magazine spring from the magazine platform. The rifle is now disassembled for cleaning and then can be reassembled. Further disassembly of the rifle is covered in a separate training film. To assemble the bolt, replace the firing pin spring on the front portion of the firing pin. Replace the firing pin and firing pin spring in the bolt. Then replace the rear of the firing pin. In the same manner as disassembly, depress the firing pin into the bolt. Then replace the extractor spring head into the bolt. The extractor spring should be at an angle of 90 degrees with the bolt. Release the firing pin, which, under tension of the firing pin spring, will hold the extractor spring. Replace the extractor in its seat. Then rotate the extractor spring 90 degrees in order to insert it in the extractor spring recess cut. Then replace the firing pin stop if equipped. Replace the bolt in the bolt carrier. Seize the bolt and bolt carrier assembly at both ends between thumb and index finger. Replace the bolt and bolt carrier assembly in the receiver, allowing the guides of the bolt to pass through the clearance cut in the guides of the receiver. Press down on the rear of the carrier assembly and push it forwards. Replace the recoil spring on the recoil spring guide on the underside of the receiver cover. Ensure the cover locking key is turned upwards. Insert the recoil spring in the hole of the bolt carrier. Pushing the cover forward, compress the recoil springs. Replace cover downwards on receiver, front and first, and release the cover as to allow it to drop backwards fully home in its guides. Then turn the cover locking key downwards. Test the motions of the mechanism a few times by hand in order to make sure assembly is correct. To assemble the piston, replace the piston spring on the piston. Then, with the head of the piston toward the muzzle, replace the piston and piston spring in the gas cylinder. Replace the gas cylinder plug. Depress the plug catch and turn the plug in such a way that the marking is up. To assemble the magazine, insert magazine platform spring in magazine platform. Replace the magazine platform and platform spring in the magazine, taking care to replace them in the correct position. Introduce the magazine platform in the trigger guard. Compress the magazine spring, engaging the front stud of the magazine and recess of the trigger guard first. Then press on the magazine bottom until the magazine is caught by the magazine catch. This completes assembly. To function check the rifle, grasp the operating handle and draw it back fully. The bolt should be held in the open position by the bolt catch. Close the bolt by pushing down on the magazine platform with the thumb of the left hand. At the same time, draw the bolt carrier slightly back with the right hand. Gently release the mechanism forward, withdrawing the left thumb when the bolt is above the magazine platform. Rotate the safety lever downwards. Release the safety by rotating the safety lever upwards with the index finger of the right hand. Depress the trigger. An audible click should be heard, and the cocking indicator should no longer protrude beneath the trigger guard. This completes the function check. The next film in the series will cover loading and unloading. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Then let us know what you thought or would like to see with a comment. If you would like to support the channel, a link to our Patreon page is in the description, or you can become a subscriber on Utreon. For more information on this firearm and others, head on over to historyandfirearms.com.